Have you ever lost something of value to you? Like, have you ever lost your phone? Or like when you lose something, you don't do an inventory of your found things. While looking for your phone, you think, well, there's my couch. At least I have a couch. No, you don't even really care about it, actually, at that moment. I actually lost one of my 5 kids once. Thank you very much. It is funny now. It wasn't funny on that day. So I have a daughter and 4 sons, and my youngest son is on the autism spectrum, pretty high functioning. His name is Joseph. He does pretty well. The only problem is he really seizes up in stressful type situations. In fact, he won't even go to our student conference because he calls it auditory Armageddon. Dad, I'm not going, that's auditory Armageddon. Like, so he just can't handle it. It's just too much stimulus. He just can't handle it. And so he does pretty well for a while until the pressure's on. We were vacationing in Colorado. Three of my kids were born in Colorado. And we decided to go take them back to Colorado on a holiday, saved up for it. Just, man, we're gonna teach all you guys how to ski, and really excited about it. And we skied for 3 days, had a wonderful time. And on the last day, we decided that we're just gonna walk the village. Now, we're traveling with 2 other families. There's about 20-something of us. And we decided we're just gonna walk the village, go through the shops. That'll be our final day on this holiday. We start off in a coffee shop, and we're just all getting coffees, 20-something of us. About the time the last person got their coffee, Joseph, unbeknownst to anyone, he didn't announce it, decides to go over to the toilet. He wanted to use the restroom, right? And so we don't know he's in there. So when the last person got their coffee, we all leave the coffee shop, we walk down the street and go into an ice cream store. We were gonna eat our way down the street. Come on, somebody, right? And so we're now, all of us in another store. Joseph comes out of the bathroom, doesn't see anybody, goes the opposite direction. Now, this wasn't a particularly safe place we were in, actually. In fact, just that month, a 14-year-old girl named Heather was kidnapped from that village. They found her remains that she had been used in a sacrifice in the mountains. In fact, they identified her only through her dental remains. They knew it was her by her teeth. That was the only thing left from her. When he's missing, all of a sudden I realized, hey guys, where's Joseph? Where's Joseph? They go, I don't know. And my mind goes straight to this story. And to say I freaked out is an understatement. I mean, when I say I freaked out. I said, guys, we got to find him now, because he can't handle it. He wouldn't have been able to even tell who he knows, or he just doesn't, he can't do that. Like we had pre-planned it, 20 people go in 20 different directions. I found a security guard leaning up against the building. He's got a radio and a gun. He's just sitting there, arms folded. And I'm frantic. Sir, you gotta help me find my son Joseph. He's about 13 years old. He's got reddish blonde hair. He's autistic. You gotta help. And the guy never unfolded his arms. And he says, well, did you look the last place you saw him? Can I confess my sins at conference, everybody? I'm gonna take you out right now, man. Help me out. You have abilities that you're not helping me with. And I was irritated by his inactivity because something of value was missing to me. Now, this didn't happen at all, but can you imagine during the search for Joseph, my kids coming up to me, hey, Daddy, what are we doing for dinner tonight? Now, like, that's a great question if Joseph's not missing. It's a horrible question with Joseph missing. Like, can you imagine sometimes what our prayers might sound like to God? Hey, Daddy, really? You wanna talk about that now? And, because it's just not a great question. With the people that are so far from God, when he's counting on his church to be on his search committee. I'm just telling you, is it okay? Are y'all okay? I'm very passionate about this. In fact, I'm so passionate about it. I tell pastors, this story at our membership class at Church of the Highlands. So when people decide to join our church, I say, hey, look, we're gonna do anything short of sin to reach as many lost people as we can. And we're gonna do everything we can to meet your needs and to be good pastors for you and build a great church for you, but that's not primary. And if you want that to be primary, if you want all the attention on you, you probably ought to go ahead and find another church now. Because we're gonna make the main thing, and that is we're gonna seek and to save those who are lost, just like Jesus did. Are you listening to me? So there was never a moment while we were looking for Joseph that I thought, I got 4 others. 80% ain't bad. You know, I never thought that, you know. In fact, I didn't really care about them. At the end of the story, I saw Joseph. I'm the one who found him. He was his little fair-skinned face was blush red from crying so hard. And he was just looking back and forth, just kind of walking pretty fast, just frantically trying to find someone he recognized. And I saw him crossing this little stone bridge over a creek in this little snow village. And I yelled, Joseph! And he looked and he ran as fast as he could toward me and we embraced. Dad, I've been looking for you everywhere. I said, son, I've been looking for you too. And Pastor John, I became a different kind of a pastor that day. It changed the way I lead a church. It changed the way I live my own life. It just made me clear to know the heart of God is for his kids that are missing. And I just know if God had the chance to talk to his church, he would say, would you please go into all the world and touch as many lives as you can? And if you will, lo, I will be with you always, even to the end of days.